Good morning. It is New Year's Eve. Today is an interesting day. It's kind of a day to take it easy, work on yourself, take some good hard looks at yourself, and see where you're still kind of struggling, where you're kind of maybe hiding from your own trauma, things of that nature. Today's a good day to really face some things head on and start working with those, looking within, figuring out where you've been still struggling with moving on and kind of face that stuff. So the moon is still in Capricorn. It's going to be in Capricorn all day until wee hours of the morning when it moves into Aquarius. Pluto and Mars will of both officially be at 1 degree today. The opposition isn't exact until Thursday evening, but it does get triggered off by the moon very early tomorrow morning. So we could see some type of event pop off early tomorrow morning. Could be a very, like an intense collective event. There's a myriad of things that this could be. It could be something that has to do with Russia and Ukraine, because that did start under a Mars-Pluto square. It could be something along the lines of a technological, electrical type of event. And that's actually where I'm kind of leaning towards, quite honestly, because the environmental factors to lead to this Carrington event type of thing are in play. We've had plenty of solar storms to lead up to it. We've got more solar storms today. Puerto Rico is currently under a blackout for, their grid has gone down. It's 80% of Puerto Rico is without power right now. No, and I understand that's a regular problem in Puerto Rico, but that came up right after making that prediction on my other social medias. So I thought that was an interesting, almost foreshadowing type of confirmation there. So we could see something along those lines of some kind of major collective electrical or electronic type of event. But Mars is retrograde in Leo. So this is a really good time to take a look at yourself. Ask yourself where you maybe have been maybe acting out in an egotistical way, a childish way, a dramatic way, and maybe ask yourself why. What it is that's leading to that type of behavior. People don't act like that just to act like that. People act like that because there's something else going on inside. They're defending something, they're projecting something, right? So if you're finding yourself maybe behaving in more of an egotistical or childish way, take a step back and ask yourself why and start working on some of those things. The nodes are now at 0 degrees for the next week and a half. We're going to be in that last little push to find your true authentic self and stop people pleasing, stop mediating, stop playing devil's advocate at the expense of yourself and your own needs and desires. It's time to start moving forward for yourself, but you need to find who yourself is first, okay? So let's look at the cards. Bottom of the deck is the moon. That's some type of fear, something that maybe you've been hiding from, you've been escaping from. There is something underlying here that you just have been shoving in a corner somewhere because you just don't want to deal with it, okay? The energy of today is the Strength card. This is that Leo card. This is finding that strength to face these hard things, to face your fears head on. If we do see some type of event overnight tonight, tomorrow, sometime in the next few days, we're going to be forced to face ourselves. And I said this yesterday about how we didn't listen when Saturn sat us down when it moved into Aquarius in 2020. We pushed back on it, right? And now we've got Pluto in Aquarius, and it's a lot more destructive and a lot more intense than Saturn is. So it's almost like you're being forced to, you were given the chance to do the work on yourself, and maybe you didn't. Maybe you pushed back, you doubled down on, having to have some type of authority, doubled down on hustle culture, doubled down on having to make money and greed and things of that nature. A lot of people did during that time. Now we're going to be in a position where we're not going to have any choice, right? So what we focus on today is the 8 of Cups, doing that inner healing, doing that inner work, going on that spiritual trek. We did just have the new moon yesterday, and we're still in that new moon energy in Capricorn, which is ruled by Saturn and Pisces. doing that emotional work is super important. Finding those emotional boundaries, figuring out where your boundaries maybe are too high. So really take that time to look within today. What we are avoiding is the Chariot. We don't want to take any forward movement right now. Right now, we are literally in a space of wait and see, and work on yourself while we're waiting, okay? So face your fears, time to work on them, time to really heal yourself so that later on you can move forward in a really more productive way. Clarifiers for Strength card here. And we have 3 of Wands. Got a couple extras. So we have 3 of Wands, King of Swords, Queen of Cups, and Ace of Wands. So if there is something that you have been wanting to chase, something you've been wanting to manifest, something you wanted to speak up about, somebody you wanted to talk to, something that really gets your passion going, that makes you really just want to dive in head first and stand up for it, but there's some type of fear that's been holding you back from doing that, whether it's fear of judgment from others, or upsetting someone, or being seen as, not fitting within a mold that you fit into your whole life. Whatever that is, it's time to have the strength to face that fear head on and deal with that so that you can move forward as your more authentic self and stop hiding behind the masks that everybody else wants to keep you wearing all the time, okay? Clarifiers for the 8 of Cups. Oh, dang, this is just throwing all kinds of stuff at me. We've got 6 of Swords and a King of Cups. Moving on. Oh, okay. I love this one. So we do that internal work, right? We do the shadow work. We dig into those traumas. We figure out how they're affecting us, and we do all that healing work. That allows us to get out of this, chaotic mindset where we're always projecting on other people, and it allows us to move into a more calm place mentally, and moves us into this space of this King of Cups here, where King of Cups is stable emotional space. It's the space where you can still have your boundaries, and you can stand your ground, and you can stand in your own strength while also having compassion for others, right? When we haven't healed, that's when we tend to bully other people. That's when we tend to make fun of other people. It's when we project because we feel like we can't be ourselves, and we get something about seeing other people do what they love to do, even if it's weird. It like irritates something in us. But once we heal that within us, we can have that compassion for others, and it doesn't bother us what other people do when we're healed for ourselves, okay? Clarifiers for the Chariot. Why are we avoiding the Chariot today? Oop. Now it's not going to throw anything. Throwing whole handfuls a second ago. There we go. We have a Page of Pentacles. We still have more to learn. And the 4 of Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles. Okay. This kind of goes back to my whole Pluto's going to sit us down thing. Because 4 of Pentacles is like staying to yourself, keeping things to yourself, right? It's very almost like secluding yourself away from everyone else and keeping everything to yourself. Finding your space of comfort and stability as well. And Page of Pentacles, this is our student. The Page of Pentacles loves to learn. So we're not moving forward because we have so much more to learn. We have so much more healing to find that stability going on. And then I honestly feel like we're not moving forward with anything because we're going to be forced to sit down in some way, shape, or form and do that work on ourselves. Bottom of the deck is the 9 of Pentacles. What does abundance mean to you? Is it really actually money? Or is it a feeling, an emotion, a place of peace, no matter how much money is involved? What does abundance mean to you? So really think about that as you go through the day. Where do you still need to do healing? Where do you still need to find your place of comfort and be your true authentic self moving forward?